profoundly ambiguous dispute between angels and glories. Through the New Testament, Satan is referred as Temper, the ruler of demons, the god of this age, the evil one, and a roaring lion. Book of Revelation. Book of Revelation represents Satan as a supernatural ruler of the Roman Empire and ultimate cause of all evil in the world. In Revelation, as a letter, the Synod John refers to the Jews' synagogue of Satan and warns the devil is about to cast some of you into prison and test, and 10 days you will have affliction. In Revelation, in the letter of Church Pergamum, John warns that Satan lives amongst the members of the congregation and declares Satan's throne in their midst. Pergamum was the capital of Roman province of Asia, and Satan's throne may be referring to the monumental altar in the city which dedicated to the Greek god Zeus, or the temple dedicated to the Roman Emperor Augustus. Revelation describes a vision of a red dragon with 7 heads, 10 horns, 7 crowns, and a massive tail. An image which is likely inspired by the vision of the 4 beasts from the sea in the book of Daniel and Leviathan, described in various Old Testament passages. The red dragon knocks a third sun, a third of the moon, and a third of the stars out of the sky, and pursues the woman of Apocalypse. Revelation declares a war broke out in heaven. Michael and his angels fought against Dragon. Dragon and his angels fought back, but they were defeated, and then they were no longer had a place in heaven. Dragon the Great was thrown down, that ancient serpent who called the devil and Satan, the one deceiving the whole inhabited world. He was thrown down to the earth, and his angels were thrown down with him. The voice booms down from heaven, heralding the defeat of the accuser, identifying Satan of Revelation with the Satan of the Old Testament. In Revelation, Satan is bound with a chain and hurled into an abyss where he is imprisoned for 1,000 years. He is set free and gathers his armies with Gog and Magog to wage war against the righteous, but was defeated with the fire from heaven and cast to the lake of fire. Some Christians associate Satan with the number 666, which Revelation describes as the number of the beast. However, the beast is mentioned in Revelation is not Satan, and the use of 666 is the book of Revelation has interpreted as a reference to the Roman Emperor Nero, as the number and value if his name is in Hebrew. There have been various attempts throughout history by theologian scholars in the classification of Christian demons for the purpose of understanding the biblical and mythological context of adversarial spirits. Theologians have written dissertations in Christian demonology, classical occultism, classical mythology, and Renaissance magic to clarify the clarifications between these spirits and their influence in various demons. The study of demonology was historically used to understand morality, behavioral tendencies, and even used as symbolism to relay anecdotal tales in which they lure people into temptation. May also include the angels or saints that they were believed to have been their adversaries, an idea which derived from biblical battle between Archangel Michael and the Antichrist in the book of Revelation, which describing a war in heaven, which resulted in Satan and his angels being expelled from heaven. The classifications of these fallen angels are based on many characteristics as well, such as behaviors that are caused to fall from hell, physical appearances or the methods that they use to torment people, cause maladies, athletic dreams, emotions. Most authors who wrote theological dissertations on subject either truly believed in the existence of internal spirits or wrote as philosophical guide to understanding an ancient perspective of behavior or morality in folklore and religious themes. The Testament of Solomon is pseudological work purposed written by King Solomon, in which the author describes particular demons whom he had enslaved to help build the temple. The question he had put about their deeds and how they were thwarted and their answers, which proven to be a kind of work self-help manual against demonic activity. That date is very dubious, though it is considered the oldest surviving work particularly concerned in individual demons. Michael Psellus prepared this classification of demons in the 11th century, which was inspired for the classifications Francisco Maria Guazzo prepared later. They divided demons into flary aerial, subterranean, lucifus, aqueous, and terrestrial. In 1409 to 1410, the lantern lights of anonymous demons provided a classification system where there would be 7 deadly sins, with each demon tempting by people by those sins. This list was later used in the works of John Taylor, the water poet. Lucifer is the name of area folklore associated with the planet Venus. Due to the unique movements and continuous appearances of Venus in the sky, traditional narratives surrounding these figures are often evolved from the heavens to the earth or the underworld, originally stemming from the sun personified the goddess Aurora in Roman mythology, and that his name was subconscious into Christian folklore as a name for Satan. Modern scholarship generally translates the term to the relevant Bible passage where the ancient Greek figure's name was historically used as morning star or the shining one, rather than the proper name Lucifer. As a name for the devil in Christian theology, more common in English, Lucifer is rendering Hebrew word in Isaiah, given by King James and the Bible version. Translators of the version took the word Latin vulgate, which translated by Latin word Lucifer, meaning the word morning star, the planet Venus, or an adjective light brightening, bringing, as a name for the planet in morning aspect. Lucifer is the proper name in capitalized English. The Greco-Roman civilization, it is often personified as considered a god, in some versions the son of Aurora, the dawn. A similar name to the Roman poet Catullus from the planet aspect Lucifer. In Roman folklore, Lucifer was the name of planet Venus. In the book of Isaiah chapter 14, the king of Babylon condemned in prophetic vision by the prophet Isaiah, Hebrew for the shining one, son of the morning, who addressed as the Hela Shabir, refers to only once in the Hebrew Bible. Some similarly, the Vulgate renders Latin as Lucifer, the name in that language for morning star. According to King James Bible, Strong's Concordance, the original Hebrew word shining light bearer, and English translation given by King James text is the Latin name for the planet Venus, Lucifer, as it was already the white leaf. However, the translation some Christian writers appeal to the Lucifer in the book of Isaiah as a motive to bring cast down to earth to Satan. Argues that the New Testament in Boar of Heaven of Revelation 12, in which the dragon who is called the devil and Satan was thrown down to earth, was derived from a passage about the Babylonian king in Isaiah. Interpreted such Old Testament passages as being about manifestations of the devil, but in writing in Greek, not Latin. He does not identify the word devil with the name Lucifer. Origen was not the first to interpret Isaiah 14 passage as referring to the devil. He preceded by at least Tertullian, who is the adversus. Twice presents a spoken devil by the devil of the words Isaiah 14:14. I will ascend above from the top of the clouds. I will make myself like the Most High. Through Tertullian, speaker of the language in which Lucifer was created, Lucifer is not among the numerous names and phases he described he as a devil. Even at the time, the Latin writer Augustine of Hippo, a contemporary of the composition Vulgate, Lucifer had not been a common name for the devil. Sometime with the metaphor of the morning star that Isaiah 14:12